I thought you'd gone. All right, yeah.
Nah, sorry, I had a PPI call.
Fucking PPI.
Let's put that in the intro. All right. Oh, let's get stuck in.
Are we recording?
Yeah, we're recording.
Are we definitely recording?
100% recording.
Right.
Okay.
I remember when Dev did this to us the other day. We did about.
We did it for ages.
We did it about an hour. Oh shit.
8 minutes he was recording for.
Alright, let's roll.
Alright, because it's a gadget show, so at the very least, you should be able to record this.
It's not the gadgets. Alright, so we're about to start today's show, and before the pre-bit of the pre-show, we just want to get it out there that I didn't press record, and we recorded 8 minutes.
And it's the best fucking 8 minutes, right, you will ever hear in your life, and it's gone. It's lost forever. It only exists between the people in this room and Ace overseas. We're going to have to say all the same fucking shit that we said before as well.
This is why it's good that we're professional broadcasters, yeah? So we can do this. Let's go.
Well, I apologise, listener, right? But I'm not repeating any of the shit I said before, okay? All right? Because it's going to be boring for me. So, sorry.
No, let's try and bust the same jokes.
Right. Challenge exactly the same jokes. Right. Your first challenge is though, Dev, is to read the read like you're not actually reading the read.
Oh no, this will be good because I fucked it up the first time, so I can do it properly this time. Alright, okay, good. Alright, I'll start now. Today's show is brought to you by audible.com. Get a free audiobook. Stop laughing at me! Stop laughing at me when I'm trying to read. Get a free audiobook download and 30 days free trial. It's 30 days free trial by going to howtokillanhour.com/free to get stuck into over 180,000 titles for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player. Be one of those smug pricks on the train when you're listening to something really funny and you'll just be there laughing with your headphones on and you look like a smug, crazy prick person. Be one of them. That's howtokillanhour.com/FREE. Audible.com. Audio that speaks to you.
You just called me a smug prick.
No, I didn't.
I'm one of them guys.
Oh, who listened to something funny on the train and then laughed to yourself? So do I. In fact, I've listened to previous episodes of this podcast and done the same thing.
Hey, and also thank you very much to everyone who has been rating, subscribing, and commenting on How to Kill an Hour on the podcast using their podcast app on their phone. Because a lot of people listen to us with their Apple phone, and if you haven't got one, obviously you've got an Android or whatever. You're
lame. What are you doing?
Yeah, man.
Who hasn't got an iPhone? You fucking loser. I saw someone pull out a BlackBerry with buttons in front of me the other day. I was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you, man?"
But if you have got one of those, Dev,
get yourself an iPhone, you loser.
And you can't afford it. Dev's so mean.
Can't afford it. You're talking about you can get like a contract phone. It's not that much. You don't pay the full whack.
Well, you know, they're not cheap though, are they?
Come on.
Smartphones.
If you live in Britain and you ain't got an iPhone, you're a fucking loser. If you live in any developed Western society and you ain't got an iPhone, you're a fucking loser. Wow. I saw a documentary, right, on that same tribe one I was talking about last time, yeah? There's a guy sat in a hut out in the middle of the plains of West Africa. He's got a fucking mobile, right? And it's one that can take pictures as well. So if fucking Olu, right, if Olu out in his hut, has got a mobile phone, why haven't you got an iPhone?
If you haven't got an iPhone though, howtokillanhour.com will look after you, because we're on SoundCloud, we'll be on Mixcloud very soon, and we're on Stitcher Radio, and we're on TuneIn app as well, so you can check us out on all of those things.
I'm going to sit closer to the mic so my voice is more intimate and in your eardrums.
That's what I like to do. I don't feel like shouting today. No. Let's get stuck into the show.
You serious?
Hey, I'm Marcus Bronzy.
Hello, I'm Dev.
And hi, I'm Ace.
And this is How to Kill an Hour. Plenty of ways to kill an hour out there, but right now you're killing an hour with us.
I like that. That was like the way we introduced ourselves was like we were a boy band or something. Like, hi, I'm Marcus. I am Dev. I am Ace, and together we are.
That was, I don't know. I was just taking the high pitch.
Together we are. What will we be called?
Ace, Dev.
One Direction.
It'll be Mad, Marcus, Ace, and Dev. There you go. Or Damn, if you want to switch it around. Yeah, that's our team. MAD.
Together we are the Pum Pum Punishers. Pum Pum Punishers. Pum Pum Punishers.
So, basically, you might have worked out that Ace sounds like he's not with us. That's because he's not. Where are you, Ace?
I'm in Montreal. Very it's quite dull at the moment. I just looked out my window. The weather is very London-like. At the moment, so you get bits of sun, but then it kind of gets really cold, and then they're kind of like about a month away from when the snow kicks in, and they get about 20 foot of snow. So I'm trying to get out of it.
Oh man! So they get like proper snow.
They get like, do you know what? My cousin was like, you have to invest in a winter jacket, and I was like, yeah, of course. And it was like, no, like some people pay up to like $2,000 for the perfect winter jacket. Because it's freezing. It's literally freezing.
Isn't that a sort of winter jacket that has wheels and a steering wheel?
It's crazy.
And has windows and clothes, and you drive it and put petrol in it. Yeah, is it that sort of jacket?
It's like, I don't know what's in the jacket, but it keeps you alive. And then like in about a few weeks, they have to start putting on their winter tires.
Are you serious?
Yeah, or you get fined.
What's a winter tire?
Is he alright?
It's okay.
Shit.
I should be laughing because this could go horribly wrong.
Are you still alive?
Okay? Are you still with us?
Cough twice if you're still alive.
Hey, that Montreal weed is no joke. I'm joking. I'm joking. I got a little chest infection.
They have the same sort of laws in. I've been to Finland. And it was. Do you remember that year when we had about 3 inches of snow in the UK and it grounded all flights? It was chaos out on the roads. It was Armageddon. That was the same year that I went out to Finland. The cab driver was laughing at me, saying, "Oh, we heard you guys had 3 inches of snow, and it ground everything to a halt. But over here, we just change our tires. We get on with it. We have 9 feet of snow." It's a little bit embarrassing trying to defend it actually, but just change your tires. That's it. Put on the winter tires. Done.
So what does a winter tire actually do? I did want to find it out before.
And it got chains on it. I'm sure winter tires.
I don't know. It just tackles snow better than, I don't know. I have no idea what the difference is. But it's a winter tire, innit?
What else is like Canada? Like, I don't know. I feel really. I'm gonna get cussed for this, but you know, like America's over there. I kind of put Canada in the America part of over there. So like, but it's a very different place. Like, what's different about Canada?
The first thing is, don't ever call Canadians Americans. They will punch you in your face.
I'll slap you with some bacon.
They really. But I'm in Montreal right now, which is the second most French-speaking city after Paris.
Really?
Yeah. So they speak French over here.
So is it more French than English?
Yeah, like French is the first language.
So
like in school, you learn French and English.
So how have you been surviving out there?
I don't know. I just point at stuff in it. Get me that. Point at it and just throw the money on the table.
Do they need to though? Do they need to speak French over there? Aren't they just being a bit extra? It's like, oh, come on, Montreal. Everybody else over that side of the world is talking English, right? Like, no, we want to be special. We want to speak French. You guys are free, man. Right? You guys are free. You can speak whatever you want.
It's strange, like they speak French, and when they speak English, it's got an American accent, and their money's got the Queen on it. It's all weird.
I think they're too isolated. I think they need to tell him, man, that the Queen, the sovereign doesn't have that much power anymore, guys. Take the Queen off your money and be free. You could be like the Abe Lincoln of Montreal, Ace. You could run around, free the slaves.
I don't think I care that much, if I'm honest.
This is hard.
Can we all pause and appreciate how incredible technology is, that we're sat here in a drafty, echoey room next to my soundproof studio, which is currently being used. By the way, apologies if you can hear like some metal and stuff coming from next door. Is that going to come across in the recording? Ace, can you hear that?
No.
Wait, if we're quiet for a second, let's see.
It's quite loud, isn't it?
Can you hear that, Ace?
No, they're shooting a porno movie next door or something.
If they were, this would be a very short hour to be killed, and we'd go over there and investigate.
There's me and you sat in this room, and then
Yeah.
there's Ace thousands of miles away over the other side of the Atlantic
In America.
Montreal,
Canada.
in Montreal, Canada, but yet we're all able to, like, it feels like we're all in the same room, man. It's awesome.
What else is Canadian out there, though, Ace? Like, what else have they got over there that's just Canadian and not English?
I'm gonna pretend like I never told you guys this before, but
Oh, come on, man! It was in the 8 minutes that we recorded. Come on.
Their national dish is called poutine.
Sorry, what?
Poutine. What is that?
Poutine.
What is poutine? I've never heard of
Poutine.
I want to go and throw some ones at some poutine.
No, poutine is not what you think here. Poutine is basically chips and gravy, and then you like add whatever you want on top. So you might add a little bacon or a little meat or some bolognese sauce or something. I don't know, but yeah, it's the national dish. And there's like Poutineville's, which is like the McDonald's of poutine, everywhere in the city, and even McDonald's sell poutines as well.
Get a McPoutine.
Yeah, exactly.
It sounds fucking disgusting. If I'm,
it's not nice. I'll be honest with you.
I thought you were going to do that thing that people do. No, it's actually when you're there and you're with everyone and you have the real stuff. It's quite
chips
nice.
with bolognese on the top of it. It sounds fucking disgusting. What they want,
it tastes like what you would eat as a poor student. And you look in the freezer, and there's just like, we got oven chips, and we got Bisto gravy,
and we got some ham last night.
We got some ham, and like, yeah, let's just make it work. And you know what? As a poor student, that meal is you'll be like, yeah, this is the one. But as a tourist, I don't really want to eat that, fam. I really don't want to eat that.
What a shitty national dish.
Yeah.
That soggy chips, with last night's leftovers on it.
What you want, okay, Montreal? You want a good traditional British national dish, yeah? So
yes.
Like a curry.
A curry.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Get yourself some fucking curry, alright, or pizza, like good like thin crust, like it's a good traditional British national dish, right? That's how it's done.
They need to do what we've done and get rid of fish and chips as our national dish, because it was the same, innit? Chips and gravy, yeah. And go for curry. Montreal needs to have French curry, horse curry.
Horse?
Yeah, French people eat horse, right? Is that just in France?
Where did you read that French people eat horse?
It's a well-known fact that they eat horse in France.
It's not.
I'm not talking about this. Isn't a Tesco slur or anything like that.
Have you ever heard that? I heard that the French eat frogs and snails. That's a well-known fact.
Google it right now. French eat horse. Not. I think it's like a bit of horse meat.
Delicacy. At the end of the day, it's meat, isn't it? Like,
yeah.
I heard people talk about that before. Not that many people made it like a big deal, but with the horse meat scandal, when everyone had like horse in their lasagna or whatever, it was like, so what?
Yeah.
So what? What? Because it's a horse instead of a cow. Yeah. So it's still meat, isn't it?
Unless you're allergic to horse, and then that's an issue, isn't it?
No, it's I forget what they call it. Anthropomorphize. Is that what you call it? When you have Disney films about animals and you make them seem more human, and they have they all just get along together in the woods. No, they don't. You look at any nature documentary, they don't. Fucking Bambi doesn't get along with some fucking wolf in the woods, do they? They don't form a coalition and get along. No, the wolf is gonna fucking eat it. It's brutal out there, man. So is it that we're happier eating a cow, but a horse is sort of a bit more majestic, a bit more still meat at the end of the day? If we was starving, right, and the only thing to eat was a horse, I'm fucking eating horse, man. I'm tucking in hooves and all.
I'll eat it. I wouldn't eat Poutine though. Sorry, what's it called, Ace?
Poutine.
Nah, you'd eat it. What if you was over here? You'd eat the Poutine. Nah, you'd eat the
like groceries as well.
You'd eat like groceries.
Okay. But yeah, Montreal. So wait, are you agreeing, guys? Then horse curry. Is that? Can we do that? No. Yeah.
I don't think I'd eat horse curry. I'm not really. Nah.
Horse curry or poontang?
Stop calling it poutine.
Poutine.
Poutine. Nah, I'll go with a poutine.
What about poutine with a bit of horse on it?
No, why are you forcing this horse agenda?
Obsessed with horse.
I don't know, man.
No.
So, leave a comment on horse, please. I want to know what it's like, especially if you're French and from Montreal and you don't hate us by now.
It was just alienated.
Can I just say, I love Montreal, by the way.
But you just don't like the national dish.
I've
That's
never
just the national
been
dish I
up
forgot.
that high before. I've been to Windsor in Canada. I have some family and friends near there, and Toronto as well. Now I got to say the main difference between Canada and America, right? Canadians they don't carry guns. It's like illegal. Like, guns are. Well, I think there's a lot more laws. They're a lot more strict about guns in Canada, and from what I can tell, they're a lot friendlier and nowhere near as intense as a lot of Americans are. And they also don't have that thing where they believe that they're the best country in the world. I think they're just like, hey, it's Canada, eh? Come hang out, eh? Have some pancakes and bacon and
maple syrup.
Yeah, and like drink.
Yeah, I'd like to go to
Drink some
Canada.
maple syrup.
Yeah, I take back everything I said that was dread, but I do think the name of your national dish does sound like something that I'd want to go and watch in a club and throw some money.
Poutine.
Also, isn't the Canadian dollar like really weak against the pound? So if you went to a Canadian strip club with like £5, you're fucking balling. Well, that probably get you champagne room access.
The Canadian dollar is mad weak, like super weak, like crazy, like insane weak.
So how many dollars are you getting for a quid?
Like literally, like it's. I changed £300, I think, and I had like £600. That's what I'm saying. $600. $600 Canadian dollars.
Alright, we need to go. Anyway, kill a bit this week, Ace. What you been up to, mate?
You know, me and my cousins went to watch a movie yesterday. We went to as you do. Like basically, I'm over here handling some family business. So there's a lot of family out here, but all my cousins are out here as well. And you know that only takes forever to get everybody together. Like somebody's upstairs doing their hair. So basically, we got to the cinema late, and the only film that was left to watch was something called The Visit. Have you seen this?
No.
Have you ever seen The Visit?
Dev?
No, I haven't even heard of that.
It's the worst horror film you're ever likely to see in your entire life. It's so bad.
Let's have Ace's review right
It's
now.
so bad. Like, first of all, it was like a PG-13. I don't know how you have a horror film that's like
That's my kind of horror film, because you know I hate horror films.
No,
that's got me involved.
This was terrible. There's a woman who's left her children with her parents, so they're grandparents, but she's left them and kind of not seen them off. So she's left them with two old people and gone on holiday. And so they're in the house with these two old people for like a week, and then like the old people are doing crazy things and the kids are getting scared. Like, so they've Skyped their mum and said, "Look, mum, come get us. Our grandparents are acting a bit nuts." And she's like, "Oh, well, what are they doing?" And then the little boy shows her from the Skype call what the grandparents are doing, and then she turns around and she goes, "Those aren't your grandparents." Oh shit. And then after that, the film just makes a mad turn, because obviously they're in a house with two people that are not their grandparents, and yeah, the two old people are crazy, and then they try and it's really dumb.
It sounds that beginning, the way you made it sound is actually pretty good.
No.
The whole moment you realise, fuck, we've been dropped off with these two crazy old people who.
Nah, I'll be honest. There was a couple scary moments that, if like I'm walking down a scary Montreal street and an old white lady jumped out, I'd probably punch her in the face. Yeah.
Well, it sounds to me that this film obviously has some sort of agenda. Like, those poor old white women in Canada, are they going to be like the new scary black guys?
Yeah, maybe.
Are old white women scarier to you now than, like, say, gang members, Ace?
1,000,000%. 1,000,000%. The film was diabolical.
How many Ace stars out of 5?
I'm gonna give it 1 for Hearts of Humour. It was a bit humorous. This is how you gotta watch horror films, though. I'll just Marcus this. If you watch them thinking they're comedies and you find the humour in it, it's not as scary.
Yeah.
All right. Me and Ace had a big conversation. What episode was that?
Me and
Ace had a conversation. What was it, Ace?
I feel like it was number 2.
episode number 2. I really don't like horror films, and I said in it, quote, I have to be real with you guys. I said in it, I would never be in a horror film. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I did an audition this week for a horror film, bruv.
Oh, you're gonna die.
I have to go back. I might have to go back on my words. What do you mean I'm gonna die in real life?
No, as a black man in a horror film, you die, innit?
It lasts the opening credits.
So it's not a question of if, it's when.
Like, I
hope I get to say a line before I die.
No, but come on, you're not going to be scared whilst filming a horror film, because even if it's like the shot is you on your own, right, walking down some creaky corridor, right, what we're not seeing is the 30 fucking people behind the camera, makeup ladies, runners, flipping director, cameraman, people stood around the corner like getting the lighting just right. You'll be surrounded by people. You would have had to film the same thing about 30 different times as well. You're not going to be scared doing it. It's just whether or not you can watch it afterwards and not shit yourself.
Do you think this might be my route into films now, like watching horror films? I might be able to handle them because I understand that they're not real.
I think maybe you should stop being such a fucking pussy.
No!
Like, I'm not gonna lie, there's certain films I've watched that have messed with me for a couple of weeks. Like one of the best horror films I've seen probably in like the last 10 years, right? Something called Babadook. You see that one, Ace?
Nah.
You didn't see
That
that
sounds
one
like
about,
a national dish.
It was about the
have some the sequel to Poutine. Yeah, I'll have some Babadook, please, on my Poutine. Yeah, it's got some extra Babadook in that.
It was about a children's book that kind of comes to life, and it's a scary entity that you kind of evoke whilst reading the book out loud. And what's really good is it doesn't really use that many special effects. It's more camera tricks, so shit seems more real, and it's done like really bleak and really dark. And that film fucked with me for a couple of weeks after I watched it. But then you just got to sort of say to yourself, right, isn't it our minds want to believe that kind of shit could happen, because that's more exciting. It's more exciting to believe that there's this other realm that we don't quite see, and that there's such things as ghosts and fucking poltergeists that will like jump out on. Or is the reality that none of that shit fucking exists, is all inside your own mind? Has it ever happened? Has anyone ever caught on camera that shit happening? Or have you ever fucking seen a ghost? It's never happened, has it? So basically what I'm saying is that there's no boogeyman, Marcus. All right,
I beg to differ. I beg to differ. There is there's definitely the unexplained out there. And
like what?
Definitely.
Give me an example. Let's debunk it right
There's
now.
definitely some fucked up shit out there.
Have you got an experience, eh?
No, I haven't, but I believe in it.
What I'm saying is there's a difference between like a fucking, I don't know, something, a cup moving across the table I'd explained or whatever, and like Freddy Krueger jumping out from underneath.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Never happened.
I agree with that, but I do believe there's I've said this before, but I don't mind horror films where there's a guy with an axe running around killing people, like, because in real life, in that scenario, you got a 50-50 chance. You might be able to kick him in the balls, or like you could fight. I don't know. You might be able to run away, run him over. But you see, like when there's the movies where people get possessed and there's poltergeists, I try and stay away from those kind of films.
I'm alright with those sorts of horrors, like where it's like poltergeist and stuff. Because I'm with Dev on this. I'm like, I have to. Well, you know what? I'm not even going to tempt fate, but I'm closer to Dev's area of thinking in terms of it's less likely to happen to you compared to like when I watch a real horror film. No, when I watch horror films where I'm like, this can actually happen. Like someone could actually just do a madness, like run around with a sword or an axe, something like that. That scares me, man.
Nah.
I don't want to watch that.
There's I studied a bit of film in college, and once you start looking for certain devices that they do in horror films, it takes you out of the experience a little bit. Like it's things like, if you ever look at horror films, they have formulas like what do they call it? Comfort zones. So say, for example, these ones where people get possessed, you'll notice that it's not just happening to them for no reason. There's something that they would have done. They would have read from some book or something, or fucking drawn a pentagram or some shit. Also, if the if the main characters, if they've done something that isn't innocent, so you'll notice the ones that smoke or the ones that sneak off to go and fuck each other or something like that when they're like staying in a cabin on their own. But the virgin, the one who hasn't done any of that shit, she'll normally live and she'll normally survive and until the end. So when you start looking for those things, you realise it's all just like formula.
I don't know. Anyway, that's Ace's killer bit anyway. Go to the cinema and don't watch that film.
Don't watch The Visit.
Okay.
Can I? I'm gonna duck out. No, listen, I'm gonna duck out. But before I go,
yeah. Are you back next week, Ace, or is this?
I'm definitely back. I'm definitely back next week.
There are rumours that Ace had left the show.
No, I'm 100%. I'm 100% back next week.
Okay.
Before I go, I was gonna tell you, like, I'm currently in a lot of pain. I'll tell you why. Basically, I'm out here because my aunt passed away. Rest in peace to Auntie K.
R.I.P. Auntie K. Lots of love.
I met an amazing woman, and we're all out for the funeral. And so I'm in the family house. Everyone's grieving and stuff. And I'm just about to leave to my hotel. Everyone's in there. My aunts are in there. My cousins are in there. And my aunt's got a really beautiful house in Montreal. And it's something I'm not very used to, the concept of a basement. Because we're from London, and not a lot of people have basements in London. I know about houses and flats and stuff. My mum's got a house, but she ain't got a basement, and I've never really seen a lot of basements. And so as I'm leaving, and the front room's quite dark, I've kind of stepped back and forgot that there was a stairwell to a basement. So I've literally fallen down the stairs. Now that's funny. Already it's funny. But what's funny is the length of time it's taken for me to get from the top of the stairs all the way to the bottom. But you know, like, it took me so long. Like, I'm literally falling and thinking at the same time. Like, I'm like, raw. I'm falling down the stairs. Oh shit! Everybody's upstairs, and they just see me fall down the stairs. What am I gonna say when I hit the bottom? Like, I had this whole conversation in my head, like, as I'm falling down the stairs.
Were you falling down the stairs backwards?
To a point where I was like, no, do you know what? Like, I was falling for so long that at one point I was like, okay, right, that's the end. Oh shit, no, I'm still going. It took me about half an hour to get to the bottom of the stairs. This is how long it took me to get to the bottom of the stairs. Yeah, my cousin Rachel seen me fall and got to the bottom of the stairs before me to try and help me. And then I licked the bottom of the stairs, and all I could think to say to everybody was, I'm okay. And I've looked up, and there was just loads of black faces. Someone was screaming, and I haven't been able to live it down for the last 3 days. My leg is totally fucked, and I'm gonna send you a picture of the stairwell so you understand. It was almost like I was falling to hell. It was forever. I wouldn't stop going.
Ace, please send that to us, please, or Snapchat it. Send a video. We'll put that online, man. We have to.
I was falling for so long.
Should we put it up as a bonus episode? Ace, just show us the stairs.
My uncle was upstairs sleeping. By the time I got to the bottom of the stairs, he was up. The neighbors are like, "What was that?" Yeah, it was a lot. I pride myself in saying I've never fallen downstairs before. And now there you go. I've done that. But I thought I'd leave you with that, and I'll be back next week. You guys continue doing what you do.
All right, we're just gonna keep laughing at
that's
you.
That's
amazing.
That's the kind of thing that's the kind of thing that your family will be talking about in 10 years from now. Be like,
yeah, exactly.
It took Ace half an hour to fall down the stairs.
Or they could work it into a diss. Like, he'll say something cheeky. Shut up with your falling down the stairs, ass. You can't even get down the stairs, ass.
It's a lot.
Oh man!
So I may be back on crutches. Who knows? We'll see.
Shit. Okay, and then we won't laugh anymore because that's not fair. Well, maybe we will.
I might a little bit.
Yeah. We'll put up special signs near the stairs saying warning for you next time, Ace. All right, bruv. We'll safe flight back to the UK, mate. And
all right, cool, man.
Yeah, do what you need to do out there, bruv. Bless.
Yes,
all right, man.
Safe journey, man.
All right, safe.
So that was Ace's How to Kill a Bit. He'll be back next week. Bro,
So I'm still laughing at Ace. The image of Ace tumbling down a staircase and taking half an hour. We can only laugh because he's all right.
yeah, he's actually WhatsApped.
He'd have broken his
He's
neck.
WhatsApped me the picture of the, of the stairs. I think we could put that as the picture
Let me have a look.
for the podcast
Have a
image.
look. Fucking hell, that is a steep drop, isn't it?
It looks a little bit haunted as well.
Yeah, it does a little bit. It's not in
Yeah.
it. We're talking about horror films, and that. Do you know what would be quite a good horror film? Say
What?
if he had to look after his aunt's house, because like a really big house, right?
Yeah.
And then he fell down the stairs and sort of like broke his legs or his back, and then he couldn't move, and he was just like down there for ages. And the film was just about him trying to survive.
Climb up the stairs maybe
Yeah.
with his hands only.
A little bit like, what's that film called where James Franco gets his arm caught? Is it 127 hours or something?
Oh yeah, 127 days.
do you know,
Was
I've-
it 120? I don't know.
127 hours. He got off his arm after that, just a couple of hours. Like, fuck this shit.
Yeah.
I've never seen that film, right? I've just read about it, and I know it's a true story. The story of a guy who went out.
Oh, 1 second. I'll let you get back to that.
There you go.
We just spoke about a picture. That's really unfair. If you put in the hashtag How to Kill an Hour, you'll find it on Instagram and Twitter, and also Billy's in the few minutes that he's got it, he's photoshopped Ace into the bottom of the stairs. Yeah, so hashtag How to Kill an Hour. Put it in your Instagram or Twitter, and you'll find the picture. We'll share it with
a
you.
sort of reconstruction of what you could make that into a GIF if you made Ace fall down the stairs. You could
We might even gif it up as well.
full reconstruction of what happened.
So you can check that out there.
So
Anyway, you're saying.
the film 127 is 27 days. Sorry, is it hours or days? I keep saying.
It's got to be hours. 127 days, he'd just be dead. So he would be a bit too dead
That's
to
true.
cut his
So I
own
was
arm
right the
off.
first time.
Yeah.
So true story about a guy who went out hiking. I'm gonna get this all wrong, and my details are gonna be all off. But the main chunk of it, I think, will be accurate, right?
Yeah.
So the guy goes out hiking or some shit. Where is he? In the outback or something in Australia?
Somewhere, yeah.
Some dumb place to like just go wandering off, right? So he's out exploring. He gets into some sort of complication. I don't know. He's climbed up on a rock face surface, some shit, falls down, and then gets his arm caught in between a couple of rocks, and then can't fucking move his arm out. Now, if that was me, I'm dead. I'm finished.
Yeah,
alright?
I'll be like, man, what
It's
a way to
over.
die.
It's over.
Yeah.
I might even try and smash my own head off the rocks because I don't have to wait for starvation to set in. So the dude is there for, I can't figure out how many days is in 127 hours. So 48 is 2. So it's what, about 5 days?
4 or 5 days, yeah.
So you can live, is it 2 weeks without food?
5 days without water.
4 or 5 days without water. But only a few minutes without air, guys. So and only a few seconds without pussy. No, I'm joking. So he's out there for a couple of days and then just thinks, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to take my own life into my hands. I'm going
I see what you did there.
cut off.
Hand.
I'm going to cut off my arm, the one that's stuck, with a fucking penknife, right? I'm going to cut my own arm off and I'm going to escape this hellhole and I'm going to go back and I'm going to tell my story. So that's what he done. Fucking cut off his own arm with a penknife. Like, I might have got one little slice in before. Once I saw the white meat on my own arm, I'd be like, no, fuck it, I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to do it. But he managed to get through the bone and the joint and all the sinew and everything. At the very least, right, I would have fucking cut it off. Yeah, and taken the arm with me over my shoulder to the nearest hospital, which is 1,000 miles away. Slumped my rotten, gangrene fucking arm down in the counter of the emergency ward and gone, fucking sew it back on right now, okay? Sew it back on.
How pissed would you be though if you just finished cutting it off and someone stuck their head over the edge and went, "You're right there, mate."
Fucking helicopter goes over, like, fucking hell, what's he doing?
Anyway. Can we go back to killing it, please? Because you know I'm a wimp for this, man.
Yeah, go on.
That sort of chat. What have you been up? Ace been killing a bit by telling us what not to watch at the cinema in Canada. How you been killing a bit of time this week?
I put like 800 miles on my car this week, driving, doing loads of gigs.
Your brand new car that you
listening to. Let's not talk about it. Let's
no, I have to talk about it because someone's got a new car where they just do extra things. Like Dev parked up outside the studio, and the side of his car that was facing the road, he just clipped the wing mirror in to make sure no one hit it.
These fucking pricks out here are gonna clip you a wing mirror. You might as well, just reduce the chance of that happening.
3 months in, you won't be doing that. Guarantee you'll be parking your car all over the gaff.
Usually my car's disgusting and filthy, but I got a new one now, so I can't keep it like that. I got to make sure it's clean.
You parked it a foot away from the curb, but there you got it. That's hilarious.
I haven't learned how to park close enough to the curb without mashing up the fucking...
You got rims now.
Well, they tried to get me on the rim insurance thing.
I've got that.
Yeah,
rim insurance.
I've got rim insurance.
It sounds like a
yes. Flip it out.
Well, in your line of work, mate. No, they tried to get.
Because we work in entertainment, we need rim insurance. Do actors have rim insurance?
I don't know. If you were a gay porn star, maybe if you were like the top of your game. If Mariah Carey could insure her legs or whatever it is for $2 million, if you're the most famous gay porn star in the world, surely you can insure your own buttocks for...
Do porn stars have to insure their bits though? Like, if I had a career in porn, would I need to insure my wood?
I bet, like, say Lexington Still.
Yeah.
But he's got his dick insured for... I'll tell you a funny story. I won't tell you the guy's name because he'll get mad and he might beat me up. But I was sat in the studio once with a bunch of my boys, and there's a story that flashed up on the internet about the legendary porn star Ron Jeremy, that he had heart problems and that he'd gone into hospital or something. The dude's, I think he's comfortably in his early 60s or something. He's been slaying fucking Fanny for decades, right? Total edge, but obviously all that fucking and what is inevitably got to be Viagra is obviously going to start taking its toll after a while. So he was in hospital and we read the story and I was like, oh man, that's like sad. He's like proper legend. So I look around to my boys and I'm like, hey, who's your favourite porn star? It's a little bit of banter. So I turned to my mate. I won't say his name, but I said to my mate, I was like, who's your favourite porn star then, mate? He thought about it for about 2 seconds and he went, Mr. Marcus. And the way that we fucking laughed in his face for about half an hour. Like, first off, all right, if I asked you, a straight red-blooded male, who your favourite porn star is, and it starts off with the word Mr., I already know I'm gonna laugh. What do you? And I said to him, I was like, "Why did you say guy?" And he went, "Oh, I don't know. I just said the first name I thought." I was like,
appreciates the male form.
No, but all right, here's my thing, right? It's not like a homophobic thing. I'm just like, cool, I personally, I don't have a favourite male porn star. To be honest with you, I couldn't give a shit like who the dick is. I don't care. It could be anybody. But I'll tell you what is quite funny now is I've started to recognize, like, I've watched so much porn, I recognize guys' dicks.
Really?
And I can recognize, if I see a ball sack, right, I'm fucking telling you, I could pick if you show me like a bunch of scenes with, say, like the top 5 male performers, right? It's so embarrassing. You might be watching something and the shot might be, you might just like be seeing the dick, like, or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you might just be seeing like a girl getting fucked by a dick or whatever. You just see the dick, or the POV shit that they do. And POV, I'm watching that and go, oh, I know this guy. Yeah, oh, this guy tears some shit up, And then I thought about it. I was like, maybe I was too quick to judge my friend for saying that he had a favourite male porn star, because I mean, they do something I couldn't do, and I'm not necessarily into sports or whatever, but everyone has a favourite football team, everyone has a favourite athlete or something, a favourite football player, if you're watching this in the States, maybe a favourite basketball player, NFL player, whatever. So why not a favourite porn star? He gets up in the morning and trains, he goes out there to work, puts his fucking shift in,
does his willy push-ups every morning.
Do you know what I mean? And
drinks his protein shake.
And why can't you appreciate that performance? But I think there's a lot of people who might listen to this who might be like, oh, that's, you watch too much porn or whatever. But I reckon there'll be a small percentage of people who can identify that new problem that I have, where if I could choose, I'd go back, but I can now recognize.
How much do you have to see? Like, do you just need, if you see like what, one bit, like one ball?
No, I'd need the whole, at least to see the whole sack. See like the whole sack.
So just on a sack, you can make full judgment.
Probably, yeah.
Wow,
probably.
That's a talent. That's like what is it? There's people, isn't it? People that like have photographic memory. You've got photographic ball sack memory. So anyway, let's bring it back.
It's a superpower I don't want. All right,
like my other superpower.
Like,
Dev, I got a superpower, the one we discovered on the road when we were in Carlisle that time. My Christmas superpower.
Before we go back to the show,
don't you remember once we're me, you, and there's a guy Nick Carter that we do a lot of gigging with.
Yes, Nick.
And he looks like Robin Thicke. But
He really does.
He does.
He was living off that for a while when Robin Thicke had a bit of a resurgence.
Trust me, but now
pervy stuff came out.
Yeah. And we were like, wow, not only do you look like Robin Thicke, you're the same as it.
Also, we have a mate of mine who looks just like Tiny Temper. So we've done gigs before where it looks like we're rolling with Robin Thicke and Tiny Temper. In fact, I think we've got my mate who looks like Tiny Temper so drunk one time we got him to go up on stage and do a PA as Tiny Temper. It was fucking hilarious. And he didn't know the words. It was hilarious.
Let's put that there. Let's discuss at the end of the show. We've got a story
so
for you
good.
about Nick, and we've got a story for you about Nick being Robin Thicke and Tony Temper.
Yeah,
that was it.
So go on, tell me about your superpower. I've forgotten about this.
We were up. Where were we? We were in
you say
Carlisle, and it was like a couple of days after Christmas, and I'd been eating loads of turkey, and I went for a piss, and I was like, my piss smells like turkey, and Nick was like, oh, whatever, man. He came to the bathroom, he was like, nah, your piss smells like turkey, and then you came up and you were laughing, and I went to the toilet, and then you went in afterwards, and we're like, right, your piss smells like turkey.
I think we bonded too much on that trip, man. That's too close, smelling each other's piss. That's only a few stops away from getting in a big circle jerk and fucking wank each other. Let's smell my piss.
And you recognise all of our bits as well. Anyway, so how you been killing a bit of time this week then?
So driving a lot to gigs, been to Carmarthen and Norwich. I didn't drive to Aberdeen or Glasgow. Okay. Preston, back then down to South London. And I also went to the EGX exhibition in Birmingham's NEC, which is a massive conference centre, and it was the biggest gaming convention, I think, in Europe.
Yeah, that's right.
It was enormous, and it was fucking brilliant. It was really, really good. I've not had as much time as I want to play computer games this year. It is something that I fucking love doing. I played something called The Witcher 3 earlier in the year. That was really good. They just brought out the new Metal Gear Solid, which is fucking amazing. It's so good. But what was really good about EGX is they obviously had all the big titles like the new Rainbow Six and FIFA and the new Guitar Hero and stuff. But what I found fascinating, what was really good, is the indie section. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of indie games, and it's quite a new thing, the whole indie game phenomena, in that people who have got a really good idea don't need to have shitloads of money in order to execute it, in order to make it happen. But also the way that they're able to present it. I saw loads of games with a really sick idea, but they'd done it in 8-bit. They'd scaled it down and done it 8-bit. Like there's this game about House Party. I think that's what it's called. Really cool 80s sort of soundtrack, and the idea is that you got to murder everybody in the party without people finding out. It's a little bit like Hitman, but with 8-bit characters, and just loads of fucking cool shit. And again, to me, that's what seemed like the exciting bit, the indie bit, with these people with really cool ideas and total creative control, and just sort of making games that they got really good ideas for and executed really well. And I'm hoping with some of them that they maybe get picked up by majors, or that people start buying it so they have loads of money to do something sick with the sequels. And with the indie games, it's not like when you speak to somebody on the counter, you're speaking to a representative from the label or whatever, or somebody from the company. You're speaking to the person who designed the game and put up money for it and developed it. You're speaking to the actual main guy. It's fucking sick. Oh, and I tried out some of that virtual reality as well. Oh my god, virtual reality, they've finally fucking nailed it. You remember when we were kids and we used to watch that show Tomorrow's World?
Yeah.
What a bunch of fucking lies. Tomorrow's World was basically, this was years ago as well. I want to say that 20 years ago, this was on TV, a show called Tomorrow's World, where Carol Vorderman and other guys that I've
dead
forgotten
Carol
the names of
Vorderman.
them. What?
She wasn't good then, was she?
Oh, right. I thought you meant.
No, she said she really then. Nah, now
she definitely blossomed, didn't she? Yeah.
Woo!
So they'd have this show where it'd say things like, in 2 years' time, we're all gonna have jetpacks and hoverboards, and there's gonna be a kitchen where you push a button and a roast dinner will pop out of the microwave. And you'd watch this as a kid, going, "Oh my god, I'm getting a fucking jetpack in the next couple of years, and fast forward 20 fucking years, how many of the things that they had on Tomorrow's World have actually come into fruition? Almost none.
Nothing. And they call it Tomorrow's World as well, which kind of makes it really seem like it's around the corner.
Yeah, not Tomorrow's World, like 40, 50 fucking years from now world. Yeah, bullshit. But I remember watching something about virtual reality years ago, and they've finally fucking done it, man. The only thing is with this virtual reality, they had it set up in these booths. So it's a room probably about 4 meters by 4, and they have these lights set up in the corner. You put the headset on, put the headphones on, and it's fucking incredible. It's really, really cool shit. Get totally lost, totally immersed. But I'm thinking, right, if you're going to have this in your house, are you going to have to dedicate a whole room to just your virtual reality room? I ain't got fucking space for that.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was bad enough with the Xbox Connect. It's like, unless you had a massive living room and 4 meters by 4, or yards for our American listeners, 4 by 4, 4 by 4 room to play it in, like, what are you going to do? But, I mean, I'm already seeing the way that they could apply this to just everything. I played a game where I was an air traffic controller, so you draw in a path that you want the plane to land in, and the whole room that you're in is the airport, so you can walk around and change angles and stuff. And what's to say that you wouldn't be able to control real air traffic like that someday? That they'd all have these virtual reality headsets, and you draw out the paths, and everything's hands on, and you can change around in the way that you look at it. But the one appliance that I don't get is the porn, which, by the way, wasn't available at EGX. You weren't able to watch porn. Can you imagine?
And you found out about that straight away.
That many nerds.
They saw it. It was like, is there porn?
Well, because there's queues for like some of the bigger games.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the queue that they'd have for the virtual reality porn? It'd be around the block and out again.
Kleenex should have come along and done a little side stand as well. They would have tore it up. Yeah.
But no, I've seen some clips of that, and I don't get it. Virtual reality porn, I do not get. Just go out and get laid, dude. Although
from the man that watches so much porn, he recognizes
dick and balls.
Yeah.
But do you know what I also...
Dev, the dick and ball detective.
Do you know what I realised about myself the other day? Like, going back to the porn thing, and maybe this is why I don't want to try virtual reality. I've become a bit of a porn snob, in that if I watch something, if it's not in like HD, I'm like, oh, fuck this blurry shit. I can't get off to this.
Or if the frame rate's slow, if it's jerky.
Yeah, I can't. It needs to be super HD quality. But then sometimes it's almost too HD. You never watch something and you're like, I can see like the little white hairs around a bumhole. Like, I don't know if this is more HD than real life is what I'm saying. So I just need somewhere in between. But
so virtual reality. Yeah,
but if virtual reality, what if it's awesome? What if it's really good, and now that's the only way you can like masturbate comfortably in your own house, is to have a virtual reality headset on and the headphones, right? And there'd be a point when I'm doing that where I'm stood with my trousers around my ankles in my living room with my virtual reality headset on and the headphones, wanking like crazy. There'll be a point where I'm just like, what the fuck am I doing? This is too much apparatus and equipment in order to just have a wank. It's ridiculous. Got to strip it back. But you're totally submersed, so you kind of lose track of your surroundings and where you really are. So there's a very, very real chance if you're 15 years old and you have a virtual reality headset and kit in your bedroom.
Let's say 16 for the purpose of this hypothetical conversation.
Yeah. So you live at home, you got your virtual reality headset on, and you're there, you're having a wank, and you're proper getting into it. There's a very real chance that when you take that headset off and you sort of come back to reality, you'll look over in your bed and there'll be like a fresh pile of laundry or something where you're
a sandwich.
No!
An extra biscuit and a little note saying, you look like you need the extra energy, son.
Get your sugar levels up.
Oh man. Wow. So EGX, so that was the big thing, virtual reality. So do you think it's going to be something we're going to have in our home soon?
It's too fiddly at the moment, and you need a whole room in order to use it properly. But I mean, if you're a baller and you can have that, but then it sounds stupid to say this, but surely there would have been a time when we would have said that about, say, a living room. That why would you need a room to have a TV in to sit and watch it? And
Yeah.
you know, but you know, we used to have parlors instead, where you might play the harpsichord, and your woman might be doing some embroidery or some shit, and then fast forward a few years, perhaps you might be sat around watching the first television, and you'd accommodate for that, wouldn't you? Make that whole living room space. So maybe the next step after that is you get rid of the television, and you just got I'm talking maybe like 40, 50 years from now. I can't see it happening anytime soon. Even with 3D TV, I've got a mate who's got a 3D TV, and there's a point when we're both sat on his sofa watching TV with the 3D glasses on, and it's like, I feel like a fucking prick. I don't feel like I can just relax. This feels a little bit ridiculous. It's too much, you know? So, I don't know. Maybe another 40, 50 years and we'll be there, but not right now.
Yeah, or if they got, or it'd be good if you just got like a special seat and you could kind of like move around in your seat. Or they've got those things, I don't know how to explain, they're like treadmills, but you can walk in any direction, but you don't go anywhere.
Oh yeah, I've seen them. I've seen them. Well, something I saw quite a lot at EGX is there were like loads of disabled people or people in wheelchairs, and it's the first time I ever thought, of course, if you're not able to get out much and or sort of getting around is a little bit more difficult for you, something like this, like computer games and stuff, it sort of mean that maybe a little bit something different to you than say it would to me. And the applications of something like virtual reality. You ever see that show, that film Surrogate? With Bruce Willis. Yeah. That's something like that I would love. Virtual reality world, something like, say, The Sims or Second Life or something. If they applied that same thing to virtual reality, where you could go to a nightclub without ever leaving your house, and you could meet other virtual reality users and stuff, and that would be awesome. Something like that, like a virtual reality world, that if you were in a position where you weren't able to get out as much as you would like to, that you could still experience something like that. Or even, what if they put a camera right in the middle of Glastonbury? You know, like right in the middle of the crowd, and you were at home with your virtual reality headset on, and it sounds and looks exactly like you're there.
They are starting to do that, Billy.
Something for the agoraphobics.
That's to encourage them not to go out. That'll help them.
You get the whole experience. You could even get, like, at some point, someone could throw a half-filled plastic cup of piss like right through the crowd, and it'll land on the camera, and it'll feel just like you're at Glastonbury.
And then you'd have to taste it and make anyway, because it'd be virtual reality.
Why'd you have to take it there, man?
Because you have to make sure whether
that's the second time we didn't talk about tasting piss last time, when we talked about smelling piss.
I'm glad that you did manage to go from porn into quite a good point. So that was a wicked seg. Thanks. By the way, that was a great bit of movement.
Thanks, man. See, that's what you get from this podcast, guys. It's not just me talking about recognised as dick and balls, but also the practical and positive applications of virtual reality. Yeah, we kind of got me thinking about audiobooks, Dev. What's got you thinking about audiobooks? The read that we're about to do. All right. For you, the listeners of How to Kill an Hour podcast, Audible is offering a free audiobook download and a free 30-day trial to give you the opportunity to check out their service. You should probably personally recommend a book that you've been listening to, Marcus, so people know about this service and how convenient it is. The Entrepreneur Revolution is a great book. I can't remember who it's by, but for everyone out there that's thinking of sort of doing their own thing in life, Entrepreneur Revolution was a real good read. What have you learned from that book? From it, I learned how to slow down a bit. You can't do everything. You can't fight. Like, one of the big positive things about a big company is that they can do a Twitter thing, or they can shoot a video to promote themselves for YouTube, and do like an Instagram campaign, and also, you know, look at growth tactics and sales and that. Yeah, as a small business and as an entrepreneur, you have to decide the tasks that you're going to do and do them at your own pace. And also, what it taught me was to have some time off, man. Like, I take holidays now. Never used to take, for years I didn't take holidays because I'd be worried, I'm going to miss out on an opportunity. But now I take time off now. Well, there you go, guys. If you want to download a book about slowing down and taking days off work, you can pick that one if you want. Entrepreneur Revolution is a great book. To download your free audiobook today, go to howtokillanhour.com/free. Again, that's howtokillanhour.com/free. free for your free fucking audiobook. That's howtokillanhour.com/FREE.
Oh, while you mentioned that 3D thing, Billy, you mentioned it to me before. We're going to talk about it on the show. Was it 360 stuff YouTube's got?
Yeah.
What's it called? Because we'll throw the link up in the notes for the show.
360-degree YouTube videos.
Yeah, so 360-degree YouTube videos. You can search them. We'll put the link up in the notes for this show. You put them on your phone, and you know the gyroscope in your phone, Dev? It picks up your movement. So as you move the camera around, as you move your phone around, it turns around. So they've used like a 360 camera and film stuff. So there's like music videos and experience and stuff like that. So it's getting closer.
Get it.
So you pick up your phone.
Yeah.
Go onto YouTube.
Yeah.
And we'll put the link up. But you go to a special 360 video. As you turn your phone.
Oh,
your
wow.
phone, it looks like you're in a room.
Wow.
And it turns it around. So yeah, we're getting closer.
So if you had a music video that was shot in 3D,
yeah,
you would be able to potentially watch it in a different way to somebody else. You'd be able to like go look at something else or from a different. That's
so you can look at the other side of the room. There are music videos and stuff.
That's really cool.
Dev's just having a go at it now. Yeah, and you can press play and pause and stuff like that. It's sick.
Can you look up?
You can do everything.
Wow, that is fucking cool. I like that.
Dev's having a go now. This is him really experiencing this.
Awesome. So clever. It's the future, guys.
How come you still sound sarcastic when you're actually enjoying something?
I don't know. It's a natural sarcasm that is just built into me. You can look all the way around.
He's loving it. No, it is actually sick.
So clever. So clever. I'm very impressed with that.
Yeah, it's awesome. So social media, Dev. You're a tweeter, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm on there sometimes. Use it for promo to sort of maybe the odd political point that I might make once a year. Revolution, man! Of course, I could go out into the streets and form a protest and march on Parliament and demand change. Or I could condense my views into 140 characters whilst I'm sat on the toilet and hit send.
Well, Dev, Twitter could be changing.
Go on now.
Is
there a dislike button
of a mystery product? No, that was the last episode. we worked out how the dislike button came out. I don't think it's happening. There's a mystery product, that they're going to be implementing. And apparently, rumour on the roads is, that they've extended your DMs now. Your DMs aren't 140 characters.
Okay.
So now guys are sliding into DMs with full verses of Shakespeare right now. Yeah. Guys are just oiling up and sliding in the DMs with game. Apparently, people are saying that Twitter might be extending the 140 characters.
Oh my God.
That's right.
Well,
bruv, this could change the whole point of tweeting.
But isn't the whole point 140 characters is because you don't want to read a long-winded post. You're supposed to be witty and sort of what's the word I'm fucking looking for? Edit this in so I sound really clever. So you're supposed to be like economic with what you say and you condense that shit.
Yeah. Economic. What is it? No, there is another word that you want to go for. It's streamlined.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So apparently that's all changing now. So apparently, what do you think will happen though if there's going to be longer than my timeline's just going to be a mess now? Just
more shit, really, innit? Just more nonsense that we're all telling each other. I don't think we need more 140. Why changing it, Twitter? I don't like change. Leave it at 140 characters.
I like the point of that.
It's a challenge.
I like it.
Stop making everything easy.
And it means I can not spell words properly as well. I can like have really short words.
Yeah, or the only time maybe the 140 characters gets on my nerves is if I have a really good point that I'm making, and the only way to really hammer home that point is to just maybe stick a sunglasses emoji or something in of it, and you won't fucking let me. Maybe it should be 140 characters and unlimited emojis.
Unlimited emojis.
Have that.
That'd be sick. Or unlimited pictures. So do you think it's going to change Twitter then? If it happens?
It's gonna be more people talking shit for longer. That's what it's gonna be.
That could be their name. That could be their strapline. Twitter. More people talking shit now for longer.
Yeah, there you go. You can have that one for free. Twitter is your new strapline.
Yeah, mad. Could you imagine that though? Twitter, because they've done it with Insta, didn't they? Well, when everyone made a big hoo-ha when Insta did videos, they said, "Oh, it's gonna spoil it," and it kind of worked out for them.
Yeah, and they kind of pissed on Vine's parade as well, right? So Vine's 7 seconds and then Instagram were like, psh,
they're like,
that,
shut
15.
shut them down. But yeah,
pretty quick.
So if Twitter changes, that'd be mad. But shout out to all of our Twitter followers as well, at How to Kill 60 on Twitter. Everything else is at How to Kill an Hour. So yeah, there's that. And but I like people that use gadgets and tech well. Like, you know, there's someone that does something and you're like, aha, this is what it's used for. A woman
like how I am with my Tinder game, like that.
Yeah, exactly. What's your Tinder game like?
Smart. Do you know what?
Are you Tindering right now?
Not right now, but
are you? I mean,
I don't know, disrespect the podcast that much. Like, no, do you know what it is? I just find it fascinating, especially, you know, when you go abroad and you go like somewhere that's not your city or your town. In fact, Tinder's a lot better when you're outside the country. Actually,
is it
so much better? Yeah, because I think what girls mainly use Tinder for in this country, I think, is a sort of ego boost. It's the equivalent to like an Instagram like. So when they get a match, I don't think that most girls are like, oh, you know, here's somebody I've matched with. Oh, they seem cool. Let me start a conversation with them. I think it's more like so they can just feel like, oh, look how many people like me. And I think that's how it's more of an ego boost. Whereas you go outside the country, you match somebody, usually they'll like message you straight away like, hey, what's up? Or wherever they're from. The keys collapsing on the floor.
That's
so yeah,
cute.
so use Tinder abroad. That's
so
my
women
top
are
tip.
like, oh, he likes me, and men are like, how long can I can smash? That's the difference. Why are you nodding, Billy? Billy's
Tinder,
on Tinder. You know, Billy
Tinder
produces
abroad.
on the Tinder, yeah, all the time. He uses the swipe, and see where we go later. Are you on Tinder now?
Yeah, he is.
No, you know what? I'm actually parking my car so I don't get a ticket
with an app. That's clever, bruv. Actually, you made me remember Apple flagship store in Sydney, Australia. Yeah, a woman wanted to queue up for the new iPhone. Yeah, so instead of queuing herself, she basically put an iPad on a stick, FaceTimed the iPad, and was in the queue, bruv. We'll put a picture up.
Fucking brilliant. That's awesome. Did it work?
Yeah, so she borrowed a robot from work, and her boss said, like, just take it down, park it up, and when you're ready, go and get your phone. And it worked, bruv. She was in a queue with her iPad. Like, I like people that use technology like that, practically. Would you do that, Dev? Queue. Is this the future of queuing?
I've never understood the point in queuing overnight, a couple of days, even a few fucking hours for anything, unless it's a passport queue and I have to stand there, and in which case I'd prefer that it was somewhere in Britain because we know how to queue properly. Everybody else don't know how to fucking queue. In fact, I was in Berlin a couple of months ago, and on the way back into the airport, it's just these people just stood around everywhere, just like in this Berlin airport, just stood around. No one quite stood in the queue, and I was like, this is fucking bullshit. What they need, right? What they need here is to have a line going down the middle, right? They need a line separating, the two queues. And I'm not gonna let people pick what side of the fucking line that they go on either. Just put a line right down the fucking middle of the airport. You lot fuck off on that side, and you lot go on that side, and it will just leave it like that, and it will be fine. All right, it will be absolutely fine. No, but I've never understood the point of queuing up anywhere for anything. What difference does it make if you get the new iPhone, the new Yeezys, whatever it is, right? What difference does it make if you get it 2 days after it comes out? What difference does it make if you get it a week after it comes out? Like, what, are you better than everybody else because you got it first? Or like, what is the point if you're gonna end up with it anyway? What is the point of queuing up 2 days to get it a few hours before somebody else? Somebody else could just walk into the shop a few hours after it opens and just fucking buy it. It's just so extra. I've seen people queue up. People just love to fucking queue. I've seen people queue up for. You ever been to that Breakfast Club place in Shoreditch?
Is it what, the cereal place?
No.
The Breakfast Club.
Club. It just sells pancakes and fucking bacon, and there's people queuing up around the block. I'm like, you're an idiot. Every single one of you are idiots. You're queuing up for bacon. Don't be dumb. You get there, oh, there's a few more people, fuck it, we'll go somewhere else. Who goes, oh, well, I fixed myself up for pancakes now. There's no other place I could possibly get them. Let's wait 35 minutes to eat breakfast.
Is there nothing that you'd queue for?
Nothing I would queue for.
Squeeze a Kim Kardashian's body.
No way! Stand in a queue? What for? What, it's going to feel different than some other girl's ass, is it?
I don't know. It might feel better if you've not... Well, if it's like a queue of 1,000 people each having a squeeze, it might not be as bouncy as the first
I'll
squeeze.
tell you what, I ain't queuing up for no fucking squeeze.
You can get for that VR porn though, wouldn't you?
Would you queue up for a smash? You'd want to be at the front of that queue as well.
That's what I mean. Getting in some weird gangbang territory now. Like, would I queue up to fuck somebody? Nah, man. Unless I'm first,
We're getting
maybe second. Cool. But what? I'm like 30, 40 people back. Nah,
that's sloppy.
I'm good. I'm good, thanks. I'll just wait till I get laid normally. Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah. Not queue. There's
Nothing you queue for.
No.
Are you one of those people now? Because Dev's a Radio 1 presenter, so what happens is when you're a Radio 1 presenter or you're in media in that way, you do get a lot of like, come along to this, jump the queue here. You do get more than your average person.
I gotta say that has changed. That has changed how I enjoy things. I've got, you know, you're absolutely right.
Do you think that's what it is? You've been spoiled?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. That if I show up to like a gig for like somebody and there's a queue, I'm like, fuck that shit, I ain't waiting.
Yeah.
I'm going home. if I go to a festival or something and I want to go get something to eat, and you know they got the trucks and the stands outside, there's a queue, I'm like, fuck it, I ain't eating that. No.
So you've been spoiled now.
I really have. You're right. I won't wait in a queue.
Your blue tick. Blue tick. Gets you places.
See, I've never been able to. I could never go up to somebody and be like, "Oh, do you know who I work for?" Or "Do you know who I am?" I'm Ronnie Pickering. I'm Ronnie Pickering. Sorry.
Do you know who I was?
Sorry. Do you know who I am? I'm Ronnie Pickering. Sorry, that's not going to make sense to a lot of people, but there's a viral video at the moment of a little road rage incident, and it's so quintessentially British. You have to fucking see it. Just look for Ronnie Pickering original video or some shit.
It's funny.
And it's a motorcyclist having a little bit of a to and fro with a guy in a Citroen Picasso, and they're arguing, and the guy just says the immortal lines, "Do you know who I am?" And the motorcyclist replies, "I don't care," or some shit. And he says, "Do you know who I am?" He goes, "Go on then, who you are?" He goes, "I'm Ronnie Pickering." "Who?" "I'm Ronnie Pickering." "Who?" "I'm Ronnie Pickering." And like, the name was supposed to instill fear. Like,
you're from the Pickering clan.
I've fucking heard of you, Ronnie Pickering. Like, it's just great. I might start doing that though. Might start going up to the front of queues and going, "Do you know who I am? I'm Ronnie Pickering."
That needs to be on a t-shirt.
Maybe they'll let me in.
So Dev won't queue for... I'm convinced I can find something that you queue for. What about if it was a big pile of cash?
Nah, man.
The Snoop Dogg thing.
Would you queue up for Snoop Dogg's new app? It's called Ease. It's pretty much... You know what? Snoop's into his tech, you know. I've got a mate that's over in California. He does a lot of tech stuff. I said, bruv, he goes, you do that How to Kill an Hour show. It's going all right. Yeah, you know. iTunes, you and noteworthy. Top of the gadget chart and all that sort of stuff. I'm like, yeah. He goes... I go, who's like doing their thing out there in California tech-wise? Because there's quite a few tech companies there. He goes, Snoop Dogg is an investor. He's like, he's interested in getting his hands into the future of tech and stuff like that.
I saw that he brought out that G Pen thing. He was behind that like a...
what was that?
It's a vaporizer.
Yeah.
It's the type of vaporizer. I know he brought out his own version of that.
Yeah, this is like in a similar direction. It's called Ease, and it's basically it's Uber for weed smokers. Literally, it's
that can work in California where it's legal, right?
Yeah,
obviously.
Yeah, it's legal there. So like Uber, you know, if you've not got Uber, you might not have it. You call a cab with your phone. The cab comes to get you, and you pay basically online. Ease basically already has 30,000 customers taking advantage, getting a little bit baked, and you literally have it delivered to you. So you go, hey, I want some highs.
I don't think that's a good idea though, because I think if you live in California and you're already a stoner, and it's legal, so you're able to just walk down to your local dispensary and buy some.
Yeah.
If that's probably like the only time that some of them leave the house. Any of them put down the Doritos and press pause on Grand Theft Auto and leave the house and walk down the street. So if you've now eliminated that, You can just get it delivered to your front door. They're not even going to be getting a leg stretch. There's poor stoners.
Poor stoners out there, man.
Moment of silence for the was inevitably going to be some fat stoners. If you're going to get pizzas and weed delivered to your house, they're never going to leave. I'll tell you what I do quite like. I don't know if we spoke about this last time about the EasyJet and Ryanair apps and of other airline apps that you get where you get the boarding pass on your phone. Those are quite cool. I like using them. I like getting my ticket on my phone, and then when you walk through the gate, everyone's got pieces of paper like fucking saps. Like, look at you lot. And they give you funny looks. Where's this guy going with his phone? You're like, you fucking prick. You're not up on this. You don't know about this. We're using a bit of paper, old school. What, do you also use a fucking typewriter and a penny farthing as well? You prick. This is the new lick where you just beep your phone. Boop, boop, boop.
Yes, the
you
one.
obviously just got to make sure you got battery on your phone.
Otherwise that could go horribly wrong. Yeah, I've started doing that and not bringing out a spare bit of paper, like backup. Yeah. A hard copy. Yeah, I'm rolling dangerous out there. No protection.
Well, it's definitely a lifesaver, especially airlines like Ryanair. If you forget to print off your ticket, charge you 70 fucking euros or pounds, to print that ticket off at the airport. Think about that for a second, right? So say you found a really good flight somewhere like London to Amsterdam. If you booked in advance, you get a really good flight. You get out of there for about 50-60 quid, right? Done. If you then get to the airport and you have to pay an additional 70 fucking pounds because you didn't print out a piece of paper, you fucking crooks. You should wear a mask and a stripy jumper, you fucking Ryanair crooks. And then have the cheek to do the when you fucking land, like the celebration music, like, yay, we landed on time. It's like, yeah, you still charge me 70 fucking euros to print out some paper, and I've also heard whispers that you're going to start charging people to use the toilet. If that is the case, in dirty protest, if you dare try and charge me money to go for a piss on a fucking airplane, I will pull out my dick in my seat and piss everywhere, on the people next to me, the people in front, the fucking crying kid behind me. Like, fuck all of you, I ain't paying £1.50 to go to the toilet.
That's one way to get on the sex offenders list.
Probably would happen.
So, Dev, at what point did you urinate on the young child?
That's the other thing that would be
I
annoying.
wasn't aiming at the kid, I was just going everywhere.
See, that would be annoying, right? To just be on the sex offenders register, because there's no categories, is there? They wouldn't say, like, what it was for. It was actually a brilliant political dirty protest where he changed the politics of airlines forever. No, it would just be that you pissed on a kid and you're on the sex offenders register.
Oh, say again. So that should be illegal, Dev. But in Australia, basically, if you unfriend someone, it can be deemed as bullying. So the story is a woman called Rachel Roberts. Her allegation was that her co-workers Lisa and her husband James constantly belittled and humiliated her. And so they stopped her, like, doing little things like stopped her from changing the AC in the office. That would piss me off, though. But
so petty.
Exactly. But apparently, like, they unfriended her on Facebook, and she took that to court as one of the reasons why they were bullying her. And, like, bruv, are we really taking Facebook?
What a fucking seriously? Baby. Who cares? What, you got 2 less friends on your Facebook? That's 2 less feeds of shit that you're being bombarded with every day. What are you really fucking missing out on by not being friends with them on Facebook? Who cares? Seeing it as a form of bullying. That's what the unfollow button is for. So someone gets on your nerves you don't like, unfollow.
You love that button. What does that do again?
Oh, I love that button. Oh, what's this? Pictures of your kid on sports day winning a 3rd place medal. Unfollow.
That's not even winning though, is it really?
There's anniversary pictures where you and the missus have gone out to your favourite high street restaurant for unfollow.
Quote marks in italics over silhouettes of palm trees.
Unfollow. See you later.
Pictures of your baby ugly, and everyone says how pretty it is.
It's great. I don't know. I think that's pandering to someone just being a little bit overly sensitive.
Nah, man. Take your ugly ass baby's face on Facebook, man. Your baby ain't pretty. I was like, what sort of pug is this? What sort of pug dog is that? Oh shit! You made that. Why are you doing this to yourself, man?
You shouldn't joke about that kind of thing, Marcus.
What, ugly kids?
You might have an ugly baby. I might have an ugly baby.
I'm an ugly baby. I was a ugly baby. ugly
I was
baby.
ugly baby as well. Yeah.
Check this. I was so dribbly that I had a constant crust of where the dribble was dried on my top. And I had like
changed.
rolls on my arms. I looked like somebody had taken a baby and pumped it full of extra air.
I was so ugly when I was a baby. I think my mum tried to trade me a couple of times. I think one time for a bag of sand. My mum tried to trade me.
Oh my gosh.
My mum tried to trade me for a bag of hula hoops.
Ugly
And
babies.
a Twix. It wasn't happening.
Wow.
But you know, I think it's better to be an ugly baby and grow into someone who looks alright than to be a beautiful baby and
grow into someone that's
fucking
absolutely
ogre.
butters.
Yeah.
It's like some people don't age. Some people do age well, like Carol Vorderman. Oh man.
I used to have
fine wine.
I had an agreement with my sister that if she had ugly babies, I'd tell her because she was worried about it. Can we have that same agreement, me and you?
Yes.
When we have babies, let's just be real with each other.
Yes.
If our babies are ugly, let's say
Yes.
Let's say
Yes.
Marcus, man, you know you're my boy.
Yes.
Yeah. Your baby's fucking butters, man. You can't say that. Bro, well, congratulations, man. Yeah, cool. Can I see a picture? Yeah, cool.
Do you know what? That's how you know if you've got.
Fucking hell.
Here's how you find out if you got ugly kids. Yeah.
Jesus, what happened?
Yeah.
Fucking butt. No, you gotta be tactful. You can't get too.
Nah, you gotta say, brother. Remember that conversation we had? Yeah, that.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah, that.
Fucking hell.
Nah, but you must see.
Ugh.
You must see if a child's ugly though. Like it's a kid, isn't
You
it?
can't.
It's yours.
No.
But here's how you know though. If you show someone a picture of your newborn baby or whatever, and they go, "There's two reactions. Oh my gosh, aren't they so cute?" And then there's, look at them. They have two eyes, and
No.
or they pick out a feature that's like, and they try and compliment it. Like, look at that, his third eye.
Oh, look at the shape of his earlobes. Aren't they nice?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
No, I think
look at his beard. It's a herb.
And there's
okay.
some deep down thing that we have in our brains where we have to love and believe our own babies are beautiful, so we don't fucking throw them off a cliff or something, right? Surely that would have been the thing.
Maybe.
You know, back in the day when we were all cavemen and that, we have to be sort of like love our own children and sort of feel protective of them right from the start. Otherwise, be like, ugh, it's fucking ugly. Throw this one away. Oh well, let's try that one again.
Probably.
Oh, look how close his eyes are together. Ugh, fucking.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe you just got to acknowledge the fact that some kids look like fucking trolls. But, anyway. On that note,
we need them. We need ugly people.
We do need ugly people because otherwise they wouldn't make me look so fly. Hey. That is probably the saddest thing I've ever said. Yeah. But anyway, no. On a real note, I've had a great time on today's show. Thank you for rolling with us again, Dev.
Sorry, it's been a little bit rambly and a little bit
ropey today.
waffle,
I feel ropey.
Yeah.
Do I look ropey? I'm off to do a gig now. What have you got coming up this week?
You look terrible.
Thank you.
Let me see. Can I check? I don't think I'm doing fuck all this week, apart from our regular show on the weekend.
Look at his diary all the time. Whenever I talk to Dev, I'm like, Dev, what are you doing later? He goes, just check my diary.
Yeah, because I don't want to say to you, oh yeah, I can do that thing, and then I can't. So tomorrow I'm doing these hospital awards.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever.
Today you're doing hospital.
Today I'm doing the hospital awards, and then Saturday my episode I did a special version of Pointless, the game show with Radio 1 and one extra DJs.
Yeah.
And that's going out on telly on Saturday at 5 o'clock, I think. And other than that, I'm just doing my regular weekend breakfast shows and then probably coming back to the studio to make some noisy music as well.
We should have a chat about radio at some point because it's an interesting thing to discuss the future of, really, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Especially seeing as you're a professional radio presenter. Ace does radio. I used to do a little bit of radio as well.
Mm-hmm.
Billy wants to do a bit of radio. If he's not got all of his strikes, he's been thrown out the window. Yeah, like an ugly child.
He didn't put his hand up before he spoke. Just then.
Did he not?
Billy,
man, levels. But this has been How to Kill an Hour. Plenty of ways to kill an hour out there. Actually, Dev.
Hey, shout out to our friends over at Freedom of Creation, or as I like to call them, FOC.
Shout out to the Fox.
Design, print, web, and everything in between. Everything in between.
That's everything. Sandwiches.
That's right. Strippergrams.
That's right. Embroidery.
Fucking clay.
Pigeon shooting.
Freedom of Creation are a one-stop shop that can take care of the simplest poster design to the most complex custom website build known to man. So if you want a website that sells your girlfriend's dirty panties, or you want a poster of your favorite fucking porn star or whatever, I don't know, you use Freedom of Creation.
Notice how both of Dev's example of the internet
Disgusting.
porn, basically.
Disgusting. Our team of designers, Nick and Hiran, and developers have our team of designers and developers, we got a whole fucking sweatshop full of them, have had a hand in creating and maintaining some of the most memorable brands in a number of industries. Make your business stand out in the crowd. Go to freedomofcreation.co.uk. If you want to see a good design and site project, check out howtokillanhour.com. It's fucking awesome.
Oh, fucking awesome. FOC.
Fucking awesome.
So if you work for Freedom of Creation, as you say, fuck, what are the people that work there called? Fuckers?
They're called fucks. They're little fucks.
Thank you. Oh my god.
One last thing.
Yeah, go on, Bill.
Just want to apologise to old Dev here. You remember last week me and you thought that he said freedom of creation?
Yeah.
I listened to it back. He actually said freedom of
No,
creation.
don't give him any props for that. I listened back to that. No, he did. No. He said freedom. No, he got it wrong.
No, I didn't.
You did. Twitter.
Yeah, I got a few tweets the last time I was on. So
what's your Twitter?
Thank you. Dev_101. Follow me for nonsense guff about my gigs that I have coming up, and also flimsy political points that I've hurriedly put into 140 characters.
Sick. I'm at Marcus Bronzy, and Billy, you put your hand up so you may speak.
I tried to tag you in something on Instagram, Dev, but
I'm not on
I
Instagram.
Couldn't find you on Instagram.
Not on Instagram.
Why?
Because I got a secret Instagram.
A secret.
A DM sliders. We got a slider.
I got a secret Instagram. I don't have a Dev
It's right there.
Instagram. Yeah, but that's not. That's different.
You're a slider.
It's a pretend Instagram.
You're a slider.
I got a secret account.
But all right, cool. Anyway, plenty of ways to kill an hour out there. I've been Marcus Bronzy. I'll be back next week alongside Ace.
And I'll be back whenever Ace is off again and Marcus needs a rushed replacement.
Oh, Dev, man. You know I love you, bruv.
Yeah, whatever.
So yeah, make sure you keep on rating and subscribing How to Kill an Hour. If you've got an iPhone, use that podcast app, man. It's in your phone. You can't get rid of it. It's native. If you've got any other type of phone, no, don't really. No, go to howtokillanhour.com and you can check out our streams on SoundCloud, Stitcher Radio. We're going to be on Mixcloud by the end of the week. We're also on TuneIn app as well. There's no reason why you can't be listening to us. Stay blessed.
Shout out all the ugly babies. We need ya.
Wah.